Hey guys, today we have a brand new Minimates review. Today we have the Marvel Minimates Wave 58, X-Men Days of Future Past, Professor X, and Future Magneto. Yeah. So, this is Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen, aka Captain Picard and Gandalf, together at last. Well, except for in the other X-Men movies. But, point is, this is the first set of these two as these characters, which is good, because that's awesome. Anyway, packaging, it's dark gray, just kind of really boring Minimates. I really wish the packaging had something to it other than just sitting there. But you can see Professor X and Future Magneto in that cool chair. Professor X, Magneto, and the roster on the back. We got Future Magneto and Professor X, this pack. Boneclaw Wolverine and Charles Xavier, Mystique and Young Magneto, and Future Wolverine and Future Storm. I think it's really nice that they gave us 2 future packs and 2 past packs. I wasn't really that big of a fan of the stuff that was going on in the future, and by that I mean the costume designs, because hey, I'm fine with these two, because I mean, they're supposed to be the leaders, and they look cool because of the wheelchair and the sort of cape thing on Magneto. But other than Magneto and Professor X, I mean, just some of the future designs were kind of lame. I mean, like, Iceman was just in a jacket / coat. Kitty Pryde was just in normal clothing, really. I mean, it was just kind of boring seeing their designs. But, I mean, I guess it's nice for fans of the original cast, so they can get something. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let's begin. Professor X. In the year 2023, Charles Xavier lives in hiding with his fellow X-Men, orchestrating the mutant resistance to a mutant-human eradicating army of robotic sentinels. He uses a one-of-a-kind hover chair. Future Magneto. In hiding, the Eric Lyncher of 2023 lives among the X-Men he once fought, using his magnetic powers to battle the Sentinels who have purged all human and mutant life from the globe. First up, we have Professor X. So here we have it, the first ever Minimate of the Patrick Stewart Professor X. Great. And the first ever Minimate we get of him is in some crazy future armor. So, this is the future Professor X. And it's literally Charles Xavier, played by Patrick Stewart, on, like I said, some weird future armor suit. You can see he's got a jacket, which, coincidentally enough, is the same piece as the one on the past Professor X. It's not a new piece or anything, but it is kind of funny. Other than that, he's in a completely black suit. You can see some straps on the jacket, then some padding on his knees. Then, underneath the jacket, we have some more armor look. It's very dull and very kind of meh. I don't really like how it's just pure black. I mostly got it because of the face. And it looks like Charles Xavier, played by Patrick Stewart. I mean, DST has gotten some experience with Patrick Stewart, because we've gotten a couple of cards, and same guy. So, I quite like the face. It looks a lot like him. It does have a couple scuff marks on him, though, which I really don't like, but I can live with. And that's literally it for Professor X. He's very simple. Articulation-wise, since he's entirely vanilla, he can do everything but move at the legs. Because, you know, Professor X. Accessory-wise, he comes with a display stand for no reason, because you're probably not going to use that. Because it comes with this. Holy crap. He comes with a hover flying wheelchair, which has this nice little stand on it, so it can hold him up. And just like young Professor X, it is quite nice. I like it a lot. The only problem, though, is that he falls out really easily. So, before we move on, I did want to say something. I had the best idea ever. Hold on. So, something really cool you can do. Take the wheelchair from young Xavier. Take the head from new one. And for this exercise, I've used the Agent Sitwell body from the Captain America 2 wave. Just gonna pop it on. And just like that, we have a normal Professor X in a wheelchair. So, this is really cool. Don't know if I'm gonna do it yet. Use this, I mean. I might, since I can justify normal or young Xavier walking around. And I don't really care for Sitwell, so I can use the body. But the question remains, what do I do with this? Only time will tell. Overall, a great likeness and a cool accessory makes an otherwise boring figure good. Next up we have Future Magneto. So here we have the first Ian McKellen Magneto Minimate. And he is also in black future armor. Woo! Detail-wise, you can see he's in a black armor look with a cape. He's got gloves. Well, he's got the big, like, cuff gloves. He's got black pants and some more armor detailing. He's got a funky sort of like skirt piece going on. Kind of adds to the cape. And speaking of the cape, we have the cape. With a little bit of brown for the actual cloth, and then big black shoulder pads. Then we have the head. Pretty good likeness to Ian McKellen. It's very old, very wrinkly. Hairpiece is nothing new, it's a reuse of, I don't remember. But it is nice, and he looks good. Except for the whole black futuristic armor. It's really disappointing because I just wish it was different. So, I don't know, it's just really disappointing to see this kind of guy finally get a Minimate. But he's in, like, this drab future armor. And it is a real disappointment. But I got it for the face because, I don't know, I was kind of thinking of maybe taking it and putting it on a comic Magneto. Maybe. Anyway, articulation-wise, Magneto can do some of the normal Minimate things. Can't really move the shoulders on his right arm. And his left arm is totally immobile. And his legs can only go forward. And his head can't go up and down. And accessory-wise, he comes with a display stand. And that's it. I know he didn't have a helmet in the movie or anything, but I don't know, something would have been kind of cool. Just a display stand. Overall, while Magneto has a great likeness, the rest of him is pretty boring. So, overall, that was the Marvel Minimates Wave 58, Professor X and Future Magneto. I would have to say this is probably the most disappointing pack of the wave, because we finally got movie versions of both Professor X and Magneto from the original trilogy, but they're in, like, bland super armor stuff. I really like the wheelchair on Professor X, and I think the likenesses for both of them are fantastic. But other than that, like, the actual costumes are really just boring. And I can't really knock off the Minimates for that, because that's how they looked in the movie. But I still think they're pretty boring. The faces, though, are great. I'm tempted to take the Professor X and make a original trilogy Professor X, and I'm really tempted in taking Magneto's face and just shoving it on a comic Magneto, because that would be awesome. As it is, this set is really just kind of bland. If you're a really big fan of Professor X or Magneto, I don't know if I still can recommend it. Only if you want custom parts, because this set definitely has some prime opportunity for customization. Including that wheelchair. I am sure somebody can do something cool with that wheelchair. Anyway, that's just what I think about the set. Did you like the video? Well then rate, comment, subscribe, and like, and I'll see you later.